Oh, shalom, shalom, everyone, shalom. How you guys doing? I think we got a couple more minutes, then we get started. Oh, welcome. Actually, we're doing good. How you guys doing? Praise the Almighty. Thank the Almighty for the Zooms. It was a major blessing. We hit on different topics, opened up the scripture, did some laughing, did some joking. Definitely thank the Almighty. Thank the Almighty for the Sabbath. Thank the Almighty that I got some OT. Was trying to make some major investments. Trying to push True Hebrews United to the next level and just keep pressing and save souls. So shout out to the people that was on the Zooms. I'm not going to put you guys on blast, but the two guests, you guys know who you are besides True Hebrews United. Definitely thank the Almighty. I do got to do some news, so it'll be a shorter service, I assume. I still got quite a bit of scriptures, so it'll be a shorter service. So, but definitely thank the Almighty. Been getting a lot more friend requests. Munya B, you need to hit me up so we could talk and crunch some numbers and see what you're really trying to do and making steps towards baptism. And I'll run from there. So call me, call the church phone, whatever message, voice recording, do something, hit me up. And then that way we could start making some moves. This upcoming Hebrew year coming up in March, springtime coming up, March, April. This New Year's, we're going to be making some shalom, Joshi, make some big moves and for the congregation. It's looking pretty good. Thank the Almighty. But hopefully the music's not too loud. But definitely just take it one day at a time. Take it one day at a time. Got like 2 more minutes, then we'll get started. While we get started, you can turn to Proverbs, and then I'll get the introduction in, and then we'll get started. All right, let's do it. Welcome, welcome, welcome to True Hebrews United of the Almighty Yeshua. We're going to holiness instructors. This discipleship drill sergeant about to get into the book as usual. Definitely give all honor to the Almighty Creator of heaven and earth and all that is in therein through His Son Yeshua, Mashiach, the only begotten of the Father, the one that gives us the ability to have employment, food, raiment, shelter, give us the ability to have our children, brings health in our body. One sickness could kill someone, and one sickness they can recover. This person takes this medicine and it heals them. This medicine, their body rejects it. This guy can't take this medicine, even though it could save him life, but his body has an allergic reaction, and the medicine killed him. When the sickness wasn't even a sickness unto death or something, right? So you never know. I was looking at an accident the other day where you could clearly tell someone wasn't paying attention and ran the red light. They were probably on their phone, didn't even notice that there was a red light, 45 miles an hour, T-boned someone. That person's dead. The person that usually gets T-boned gets hit. The person that usually dies, the person that rams them survives. You know how that works. The drunk driver that kills 3 people always survives. And the innocent people end up dying. So, definitely to know that, at any time the Almighty could take you. And just because we serve the Almighty does not mean you will die of old age. We see that with Elijah. We see that he died from sickness. Just because we serve the Almighty, He could require us at 45, at 60, at 80, at 22. So how you die, that's how you rise. If you die a righteous man, you will receive a righteous reward. If you die a sinner, when you stand before Him in judgment, you're going to be a sinner. If you die a hypocrite, you're going to stand before Him a hypocrite. So let us make sure at any given time, if He decides to require our soul, that we are prepared for judgment. We are living righteous. We are living holy. So, welcome to True Hebrews United, the Almighty Yeshua. This is your beloved holiness instructor, discipleship drill sergeant, about to get into the book as usual. Definitely give all honor to the Almighty, the Creator of heaven and earth and all that is in therein. giving glory to him through his son, Yeshua HaMashiach. Definitely double honor to the apostles, the prophets, the evangelists, the teachers, the elders, the bishops, the deacons. Forgot to change the connection, so hopefully it's all right. Out there pressing the line and getting this word out and persuading people to repent from their sin and come to this gospel before it's too late. Definitely all the brothers and sisters keeping the commandments, the statutes, the judgments, the precepts, the ways. All the people on the Facebook and YouTube that share, like, and subscribe to the channel, watch service. Appreciate you guys. I want you guys to make it into the kingdom. I want you guys to be saved. If you see that there's things you need to start picking up, pick it up. Things you need to start putting down, put it down. Secure your salvation in the Almighty. Don't just think, well, I'm doing just good enough. It's like Navy SEALs training. Either you make it or you don't. There isn't, well, he failed on a couple of things, but he got 80%. It's either 100% or nothing. You either make it or you don't. It's not, I was almost, if a passing grade is a B and you get a 79%, a C plus, you still failed the class, right? So, almost was there. Almost does not make it into the kingdom, right? I'm keeping most of the commandments that does not make it into the kingdom. So, secure your salvation. All right, so, with all that said and being done, let's get the Bible in there. Put the Bible in there. Let's let the fingers do the walking and the scriptures do the talking. Go ahead and give me Proverbs 11. We're going to start at verse 14. Proverbs 11, verse 14. And we do got quite a bit of reading today. Proverbs 11, 14, it says, where no counsel is, the people fall, but there is multitude in the multitude of counselors there is safety. So, a lot of mistakes that we have made in our life and others, not only ours, others as well, is simply because they do not seek counseling. Whether from marriage, most of the time men have ego and I don't want no one in my business and tell me what to do and whatnot. And I've seen another quote where someone said, I'm a grown woman, no one could tell me what to do. I was like, hey, this generation needs people to tell them what to do. That's the problem. And then she replied something with the disagreement. So I was like, if I tell someone you need to find a new job prior to quitting the job you're at, am I telling them what to do? Yes, I am. I'm a grown man. But is that wisdom? Is that understanding? Is that from experience? I'm giving them advice and saying that is foolish. If you quit the job before you find another job, what if it takes you 6 weeks to find your new job? So now you get evicted. Now you can't pay your bills. So yeah, I'm telling you what to do. But here's where the people that don't want to receive counseling. Oh, no, I'm a grown person. I don't need no other man, or I don't need no one to tell me what to do. And this is to your own destruction. It says there is safety in the multitude of counseling. How many times have you seen people are in their emotions, whether anger, frustration, depression? Why do you think they have counselors to prevent suicide, right? Why do you think they have counselors for depression? Why do you think they have counselors for people that have been raped or been traumatized by bad parents? Because your thoughts will betray you sometimes. Your thoughts of, man, if he does this, I'm going to do this. Hey, if you do that, you're going to be in jail for 25 to life. Next time I see that guy, hey, bro, you're thinking out of anger right now and out of wrath. Be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath, for the wrath of man works not in the righteousness of the Most High. And you're going to do things out of wrath, and you're going to be in that prison cell. You're going to get to that prison cell and sit on your bunk and realize that you got 25 years here. 15 years with the opportunity for parole, but 25 years you got to do. And you're sitting in this jail cell, and you're like, man, if I could go back, I wanted to shot that dude over a gas pump, or because he was looking at me wrong. Man, now I'm in here for this, for trying to be a real one, but trying to be hard. And you're sitting there thinking, and once again, there was not that good conscience. Your boys was not saying, no, man, you're beside yourself right now. There's plenty of times, we're going to get into this in a little bit. So, you do need to get counsel from people. Go ahead and give me Proverbs chapter 3, The Almighty has set up to where you need to get counseling for people. Proverbs 3, chapter 3, verse 5. Let's get it. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart and lean not on thy own understanding. Acknowledge in all thy ways, acknowledge him, and he should direct your path. So the first counseling you get, it says he shall be called a wonderful counselor and whatnot. It is the Almighty, of course. But there's some things that he does not give you counsel for. Because if he gave you counsel for everything, everyone will be a prophet and you will be getting visions and dreams all the time. When I'm going to go buy a car, maybe my uncle's a car salesman. Maybe I say, hey man, what do I look for when I go buy a car? I don't just pray, Almighty, I'm going to go buy a car, help me. No, go seek counsel. Hey uncle, you used to work at a dealership. What to do, how to negotiate a good price, or how do you know when they're ripping you off or giving you a trim, a certain trim, and they're tacking on an extra $10,000 on the price of the car for stuff you don't want, special security, paint, or whatever, right? Scratch-free stuff. Say, no, I don't want all that, right? There's certain things they do, and he will counsel you, and so you don't get ripped off, right? When you have a sickness or when something's up with your body, you don't just pray. And yeah, I'm not saying you can't pray, but you may pray, but eventually, for you to get that information, you need to go to the hospital, and the doctor will tell you what you got and tell you what to do. Give you some counsel on what to do, what medicine to take, how often to take it, how to recover, physical therapy, whatever. He'll prescribe something to you, and he's counseling on what the best actions to take to recover from the injury, sickness, or disease, right? So, now we're going to get with, not all counsel is equal. Not all men are equal, not all women are equal. And not all, especially these YouTubers, well, I'll get with it in a little bit, right? So not all counsel is evil. So we're going to deal with counseling, and we're going to deal with certain qualifications when you seek counsel from people, how to filter out, because it could be half of their stuff is right and half of their stuff is wrong. It could sound nice and be 100% wrong. It could be biased. How are we going to filter out what counsel to receive? Because most of the time you'll go to your loved ones, and not every mother or father gives you the best counsel. Our son or daughter, our uncle, our niece, our nephew, our friend, our teacher, our professor will give you the best counsel, especially according to the word. So let's get some examples. Go ahead and give me Proverbs chapter 1. And let's go with verse 10. Proverbs chapter 1. Verse 10. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. If they say, come with us and let us lay and wait for blood, let us lurk privately with innocent cause. For the innocent without cause, let us swallow them up alive as the grave, and whole as those that go down to the pit. And we shall find all precious substance. We fulfill our house with spoils. Cast in thy lot among us, and let us have one purse. My son, walk not thou in the way with them. Refrain thy foot from their path. For their feet run to evil, and make haste to shed blood. So, now this is when they're trying to get you to be with them. So, I'm a distinction between there's counsel and there's influence. And most of the time when you get counsel, you're trying to bring influence on someone for the better. It should be, right? But it could just be peer pressure and say, hey, let's go do this together. Hey, we should go on this, or we should do this. And it doesn't have to necessarily be a sin. It could be going into a business, and the business plan and how they're going to execute it is not good. It says, hey, nah, I'm good. I don't want to partake in that. I'm good. I'm all right, right? So not all counsel or influence is equal, and don't be caught with it, especially when they're trying to do sin. Hebrews chapter 10. I'm going to start at verse 24. Hebrews 10, 24. Let us consider one another, provoking unto love and to good works. So the counsel that will come not only from the brothers and sisters in the Bible and or from other people, whether it could be business or fixing a car or finding a good mechanic, or when you travel, I look YouTubers, and I say if I'm going to go to Italy, which I wouldn't, because I'm not going to put my money in racist countries. I'm not gonna go to France. Forget France. I'm not gonna go to Portugal. Any person that heavily participated in extortion of black people and or the participation of the transatlantic slave trade, if I'm going to visit some place on the planet, I'm going to put my money in the countries that did not participate. That's just my standard. You guys do what you want to do. But let's say I'm going to Italy. I'll look up Italy scams. And then there'll be some YouTubers that are like, hey, when you come to here, this is what they're going to do. They're going to come and say, take a picture with this, and then they're going to charge you for the picture. Don't take a picture for the... If they don't bring the card thing to you, and they try to take your card and bring it to the back, then don't do it. In the States, they do that. You know, they'll take your card and do that because they don't rip it off and you have insurance. The country, they need to bring the card reader to you and know you only got charged one time, right? So there's certain things where they try to trick you. Taxi guys will, you give them a 50 and they'll real quick, oh, you only give me a 20. You're like, oh, you know, you don't think nothing about it and they'll overcharge you, right? So you look up these scams and these people are giving you counsel for when you go to a country. So there's nothing wrong with seeking counsel, but they're doing it once again unto love. They're doing it to protect you. They're doing it to help you out. And some come like the serpent. You won't surely die. You'll be as gods, knowing good and evil. Yeah, there's some truth in it. The best lies have some truth in it. The best lies have 50% truth in it, 90% truth in it. But it only takes a little bit. You won't surely die. No, you won't die right away, but you will die. Now you're going to start aging, and now you're going to die, Adam and Eve, right? So did he lie fooling? No. When Abraham said, oh, this is my sister, yeah, it was his half-sister, but he also didn't say it was his wife. So did he really lie? That's debatable, right? So let's keep going. Give me Galatians chapter 4. Galatians chapter 4. Verse 17. They zealously affect you, but not well. Yea, they would exclude you that you might affect them. But it is good to be zealously affected always in a good thing, and not only when I am present with you. So he was dealing with some of the Pharisees that came to Almighty, and they were affecting other brothers and sisters, mainly babes in Christ, in a negative way and giving bad counsel. So now let's get some examples. Give me Exodus. Now we're going to read quite a bit, so I'm going to read fast. Exodus chapter 18. Show you some positives and some negatives. Exodus chapter 18, verse 1. Let's get it. I do that so I don't yawn. Usually when you start reading and your body's not getting enough oxygen, then you'll start yawning. So, when Jethro, the priest of Midian, Moses' father-in-law, heard of all the good the Almighty had done for Moses and for Israel, his people, and that the Lord had brought Israel out of Egypt, Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took Zipporah, Moses' wife, after he had sent her back, and her 2 sons, which the name of one was Gershom, and he said, I have been alien in a strange land, and the name of the other was Eleazar, for the Almighty of my father said he was my help, and delivered me from the sword of Pharaoh. Jethro, father-in-law, came in with his sons and with his wife and with Moses in the wilderness, and when they camped in the mount of the Most High. And he said unto Moses, I, thy father-in-law, am come with thee, and thy wife and thy 2 sons with her. And Moses went up to meet his father-in-law, and did obeisance, and kissed him, and they asked each other of their welfare, and they came into the tent. And Moses told his father-in-law all that the Lord had done unto Pharaoh, unto the Egypt, and for Israel's sake, and all the travail that came upon them by the way, and how the Lord delivered them. And Jethro rejoiced for all the goodness which the Lord had done in Israel, and he had delivered them out of the hand of the Egyptians. And Jethro said, Blessed be the Lord, who have delivered you out of the hand of the Egyptians, and out of the hand of Pharaoh, who have delivered the people from under the hand of the Egyptians. Now I know that the Lord is greater than all gods, for in this thing wherefore he dealt proudly, he was above them. And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took and burnt offerings, sacrificed unto the Most High. And Aaron came, and all the elders of Israel eat bread before Moses' father-in-law, before the Most High. And it came to pass on the morrow that Moses sat to judge the people, and the people stood by Moses from the morning to the evening, 12 hours minimum. And when Moses' father-in-law saw all that he did, he said, "What is this thing that thou doest to the people? Why thou sittest thyself alone, and all the people stand by thee from the morning to evening?" And Moses said unto his father-in-law, "Because the people come unto me to inquire of the Almighty, and when they have a matter, they come unto me, and I judge between one another, and I do make them know the statutes of the Most High and his laws." Remember, there's no copies of the Bible at that time, so they had to go to Moses, because they were literally writing as they went. And Moses' father-in-law said unto him, "This thing that thou doest is not good. Thou wilt surely wear away both thou and the people that is with thee, for this thing is too heavy for thee, and thou art not able to perform it by thyself. Hearken unto my voice, and give thee counsel, and God may be with thee. Be thou for the people of Godward, that thou mayest bringeth the causes unto the Almighty, and thou shalt teach them ordinances and laws, and thou shalt shew them the way they should walk, in the work that they must do. Moreover, there should provide out of the people able men, such that feareth the Most High, men of truth, hating covetousness, place such over them, and to be rulers over thousands, rulers over hundreds, and rulers over 50, and rulers over tens. And let them judge the people at all seasons. And it shall be that every great matter they shall bring unto thee, but every small matter they shall judge. So it shall be easier for thyself, and they shall bear the burden with thee. And if thou do this thing, and the Almighty command thee so, then thou shalt be able to endure, and all the people shall go into their place in peace." And Moses hearkened unto the voice of his father-in-law, and did all that he had said. And Moses chose able men out of Israel, and made them heads over the people, rulers over thousands, rulers over hundreds, rulers over 50s, and rulers over 10. And they shall judge the people at all seasons. And the hard causes they brought to Moses, but every small matter they judged. And Moses let his father-in-law depart, and he went his way into his own land. So essentially, the Almighty just sent the father-in-law to give him Moses wisdom. The Almighty could have just gave it to wisdom because Moses taught in an audible voice, but he got it through the father-in-law. And the counsel was legit, because later on you read where the Almighty endorsed what Jethro said. And so this is good counsel. It make you more efficient. It will better you and the service that you're doing for the Most High, or whatever your agenda you're doing in life. Where don't let pride or ego get in. Some people, I got to learn the hard way, and it will always be for your destruction. I have not seen, if any, successful people in life said, "Yeah, I just learned the hard way, and that's how I became successful." All the people that are unsuccessful have that comment, that say that. Not all unsuccessful people say that, but all the people I see that's hurting, "Oh, I just got to learn the hard way." Okay, and this is why you're in the state you are right now. The whole thing of wisdom is I don't have to make the mistake. I can learn from other people's mistake and learn from other people's counsel. I can learn from that. So I can move ahead in life faster by me learning from this guy that went through the struggle, or this woman that went through the struggle, and now I don't make those same mistakes. I move around those landmines, So let's keep going. Let's get a bad example now. Go ahead and give me aside with that. This is why I don't like ministers, congregations where ministers hold all the ministry, I would say, where they're the only pastor. They're the only ones that they micromanage everything. And it's like, no, have many ministers out there. Have other ministers. Have other people take charge. Other people's voice matter. Because when you don't, this is when not only false churches go in, but you're just going to wear out yourself and the people, right? So, give me 1 Kings chapter 12. Verse 1. 1 Kings chapter 12, verse 1. This is when Solomon made the graven image. The Almighty said that I'm going to take 10 of the kingdoms, 10 of the tribes from you. I'm going to give it to your neighbor, which you gave to Israel, whatnot. And you're just going to have Judah. And he had part of Benjamin at sometimes. But you're just going to have Judah for the most part, because Solomon messed up and made a graven image. So his son raises up, and this is what happens. And Rehoboam went to Shechem, and all of Israel come to Shechem to make him king. And it came to pass when Jeroboam the son of Bet, who was yet in Egypt, heard that he fled from the presence of King Solomon, because he was going to be in charge of the 10 tribes. Solomon was trying to kill him, so he fled to Egypt. And Jeroboam dwelt at Egypt, and they sent and called him. And Jeroboam and all the congregation of Israel came and spake unto Rehoboam, Solomon's son, saying, Thy father hath made our yoke grievous. Now therefore make thou the grievous service of thy father, and his heavy yoke which he put upon us lighter, and we will serve thee. And said unto him, Depart from me yet 3 days, for 3 days, and come again unto me. And the people departed. And the king Rehoboam consulted with the old man that stood before Solomon his father while he yet lived, and he said, How do you advise that I may answer this people? And they said, and they spake unto him, saying, If thou wilt be a servant unto this people, which you should be, like how the apostles wash, or how Amashiach washed the apostles' feet this day, and will serve them and answer them and speak good words unto them, then will they be thy servants forever. But he forsook the counsel of the old man which he had given them, and consulted with the young men that were grown up with him, and which stood before him. And he said unto him, What counsel give ye, that I may answer the people whom spoke unto me, saying, Make our yoke which thy father did put on us lighter? And the young man that were grown up with him spake unto him, saying, Thou shalt speak unto the people that spake unto thee, saying, Thy father hath made our yoke heavy, but make thou it lighter unto us. Thou shalt say unto them, My little finger shall be thicker than my father's loins. Loins is waist. And now, whereas my father did lay with you a heavy yoke, I will add unto your yoke. My father will chastise you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions. So Jeroboam and all the people came to Rehoboam the 3rd day, and the king had appointed, saying, Come unto me on the 3rd day. And the king answered the people roughly, and forsook the old man's counsel that they gave unto him. And he spake unto him after the counsel of the young man, saying, My father hath made thy yoke heavy, I will add unto your yoke. My father also chastised you with whips, I will chastise you with scorpions. Wherefore the king hearkened not unto the people, for this cause was of the Almighty, that he might perform his saying, which the Lord spake unto Ahijah the Shilonite, and unto Jeroboam the son of Nebat. So when all Israel saw that the king hearkened not unto them, and spake and answered unto the king, saying, What portion have we with David? Neither have we inheritance in the son of Jesse. To your tents, Israel. Now see to thy own house, David. So Israel departed their tents. But as the children of Israel dwelt in the cities of Judah, Rehoboam reigned over them. So 10 of the tribes left. He tried to regather the tribes. The Almighty sent the prophet, said no. But this was of the Almighty. But I have seen this happen in my life where people took bad counsel. People took bad counsel. And because they took bad counsel, it destroyed them. Sometimes you will make a mistake that you cannot recover from. Sometimes whether it's you, these people fornicating and get a disease that's going to be with you for the rest of your life. Not all mistakes you could recover from. You may take a financial loss that you will never be able to earn enough money to get that money back. You may take a financial loss like that you just cannot recover. It took you 15, 20, 30 years to get there. It will take you another 15, 20 years. By the time you get there again, you'll be so old you won't even enjoy it. You won't be able to give it to your grandchildren. You won't be able to do the things you wanted to do. Like, you just unrecoverable. This is where there's safety in the most of the counseling, but you got to watch where you get your counsel from. Like this person right here. What president you know that will say, yeah, I'm going to raise your taxes and I'm going to kill the middle class and I'm going to do... They won't say that because they'll never get voted in. They never get voted in. And that's what happened to this man. So he actually came out and led with what he's going to do. Most of them will tell, oh, I'm not going to tax overtime and I'm going to do this. And they make all those promises to get in and they may not do them. You know what I'm saying? I've seen that happen. But no one will lead with, I'm going to raise your taxes. I'm going to make it harder on you. And he took the worst counsel. It was all the Almighty, but this is an example. I'm pretty sure all you have taken bad counsel and or have watched someone take bad counsel to their own destruction. So, let's keep going. Give me Psalms 26. Then we'll get some examples. 2 more scriptures and we'll get some examples. Psalms 26. We're going to start at verse 5. Psalms 26, verse 5. I have hated the congregation of evildoers. I will not sit with the wicked. And once again, that is bad counsel. It says, be not deceived, evil communication corrupt good manners. So even just being in the presence of these people, they have an influence. If you're around people that cuss all the time, it's going to influence you and you're going to start cussing. If you're around people that drink, this is why your parents would say, I don't want you hanging around them. It may not even be getting bad counsel. Counseling still brings influence. And influence could govern your direction and what decisions you make. Because something will sound good. And we're going to deal with some of that in a little bit. Acts chapter 5. Last scripture. And then we got to deal with some news. Acts chapter 5. Especially you people in high school and whatnot. I'm pretty sure you know some dumb friends trying to get you to get at girls, smoke weed, do this, ditch, sneak out, all that stuff. That is bad counsel and bad influence. It says no. It says, I will not be in the congregation of the wicked. No, it says when sinners entice you, don't go. I tell my sons, when they want to go do something stupid, don't go. So no, I'll just stay here. I'm going to head home. Don't go do that. Because in the end, you're going to be responsible. And a lot of these buddies and friends you think are your buddies, until they know that they're going to get in trouble, they'll quick to rat you out. Whitney had someone where this kid, I think he's on his way to aviation school. So they were at a taco shop. I might be paraphrasing this wrong. At a restaurant, right? The restaurant is getting shot at. They're shooting at the restaurant trying to hit someone. So he's trying to run. So some random people are get in the car with us because there's gunshots. So he doesn't know these people, but he's trying to leave because they're shooting at the restaurant he's in. So he gets in the car with random people. One of the guys in the car is shot. So there's two guys not shot. One guy shot in him. He doesn't know any of them. So they said, we got to take him to the hospital. So he's going with some random guys to the hospital. So they take him into the hospital because he's shot. And they're like, man, can you just park the car? Because they're taking their buddy that's shot to the hospital. So it goes, parks the car. Now, that car is similar to the description of the car that was shooting. So they pull him over. There was a gun in the car. Now, that car wasn't shooting the restaurant, but there was a gun in the car. Guess what those three random people said? It's not my gun. So now this guy is driving a car that does not belong to him, went to a hospital with people he did not know, and then now he may be facing gun charges. And he's done nothing wrong but just try to leave a restaurant that was getting shot at. He don't know these kids. And this is why it says, I tell my son, and be careful who you hang around, because they will leave you hanging. They will leave you hanging. I've heard of stories where there will be, you're cool. Your buddy gets in the car. You get pulled over and you're fine. Your buddy's on his third strike. So he takes the cocaine out of his pocket before the cop comes to the car, asks for ID and identification, and stuff it under your seat. You guys look suspicious. They check your car. Oh, there's cocaine in your car. Your buddy says it's not mine. He's on his third strike. He's already on parole. If he gets caught again with drug charges, he's going in there 10 years max. He's like, it's not mine. So you're looking at this dude that you thought was your boy, knowing good well, you know I don't do cocaine. I don't sell cocaine. I don't do cocaine. You know that was yours. You put that in the car, but you're going to lie to this guy. And now I have to go down for that. I have to go down for something. That's why I stop picking up random people sometimes, because you never know. You never know. You get pulled over. You never know what they're going to pull out their pocket and put in your car and then say, that's not mine. And you're going down. It's in your car. They're not going to, he's going to get away scot-free, and you're going to take the hit for that. It says, hey, I don't be in the congregation of the wicked. So, ready? This is Acts chapter 5, verse 1. But a certain man named Ananias and Sapphira sold a possession and kept back part of the price, and his wife also being privy to it, and brought a certain part, and they laid it at the apostles' feet. Now at this time, brothers and sisters were selling houses and lands to take care of other brothers and sisters that had without. Neither they said that the things that they possessed were the things of their own. They made sure all the brothers and sisters didn't have lack. This is why I don't like people that fight tithes and offering. They fight tithes so much, but these people were selling lands and houses. These people were going above tithes. So if you want to fight tithes, why don't you do what the apostles and the early believers did? Would you, if you had an extra car, would you sell that extra car to take care of your brother? No, you won't. Half of you people that you're shalom fringe wearing people will say no. You know you won't. You know you would not sell an extra car to take care of the brothers and sisters. You would not sell an extra house. Man, I make money from rent from this house or whatever. You would not sell that extra house to take care of 10 or 15 or 30 brothers and sisters. You won't do that. But then you'll still fight tithes, a little 10%. When they were doing above and beyond. They were paying tithes and selling their extra possession to take care of their brothers and sisters. So this is why they're hypocrites all the time. So, anyways, so these people sold it and act like they gave the full price, right? But Peter said, Ananias, why have Satan filled thy heart to lie against the Holy Ghost and to keep back part of the price of the land? Why would it remain? Was it not thy own? And after it was sold, was it not in thy own power? Why hast thou conceived this thing in thy heart? And thou hast not lied unto man, but unto the Almighty. And Ananias, hearing the words, fell down and gave up the ghost, and great fear came upon all that heard these things. The young man rose up, wound him up, and carried him out and buried him. And it was about the space of 3 hours, after which his wife, not knowing what was done, came. And Peter answered and said, tell me whether you sold the land for so much. And he said, yeah, so for so much. She had the opportunity to do the right thing and tell the truth. But she let her husband influence her to sin against the Most High. She could have said, that's not right. I'm not participating. You do what you do. I'm not participating in that. Right? Then Peter said, how is it that you have agreed together to tempt the Spirit of the Almighty? Behold, the feet of them which have buried thy husband at the door, and they should carry thee out. And she fell down straightway and yielded up the ghost. And the young man came and found her dead, and carried her forth and buried her with her husband. And great fear came upon all the church and upon many as heard these things. And that shows you that they didn't even get a chance to repent. It was immediately judgment. And then when they rise up, more than likely, they're going straight to the lake of fire. Because they died a sinner. You died in your sins, so you're going to raise up a sinner. So they did all that just to try to keep some money that they did not enjoy. Now that house or that money or whatever is going to some other person. Maybe their kids, I don't know. So you did all that just to go to hell, and you didn't enjoy the money that you kept back. It's better to just seek the Most High. Yeah, that guy, she just said that guy lost everything. And, it's just, don't stand in the congregation. Some of you guys are slipping because you hang around sinner family members. It's one thing to visit and honor your mother and father, but some of you guys be hanging too much. I stopped going to family. If there's going to be alcohol, drinking, and smoking, I just don't go to family reunions. It is what it is. I don't do that stuff. I don't hang in. And it's almost like the saints of the Most High, they almost feel like their family gets a exemption card. When it says, be not together unequally yoked with unbelievers, for what fellowship righteous one righteous. When my kids grow up, if they choose to be a sinner, we won't have a relationship. You don't have a relationship with the Heavenly Father if you don't have a relationship with the Son. It says, me and my Father are one. He that receiveth me, he receiveth him that sent me. If you don't receive the Son, you don't receive the Father. I'm on the Almighty side. If my son wants to smoke, drink, and tell lies, and when he grows up and whatnot, then you don't receive the Father, you don't receive me. You don't still have ties to me and then give them the Almighty the middle finger because you want to break the Sabbath and do whatever you want. That's cool. The day you want to be a sinner is the day you're going to kill your relationship with your natural father. There is no, I'm going to be unequally yoked because you're my son. And even though the Bible says, be not unequally yoked together with unbelievers, for what fellowship righteous with unrighteous, what communion light with darkness. My son and my daughter, my mom and my sister, my cousin, my uncle, they get an exemption card. That's when you start making your own doctrine. Well, that's my niece. Is your niece a sinner? Well then, hey, if you see her at the store, you say hi, this and this. Oh, I want to come over and stay the night, and no, I'm good. I'm not unequally yoked with sinners. I'm on the Almighty side. My kids have all this time to develop their walk with the Most High. I pray that my kids don't go the way of sinners because I love my kids and I don't want them to. But they know ahead of time, if you want to be a sinner, then get ready to cut off your relationship with your dad. You might as well just cut it off. Because I'm not going to be unequally yoked and sin against the Most High to keep a relationship with you. Because it says, if anyone love their mom or father or son or daughter more than me, he said, you ain't worthy of me. Anyone that don't hate his mother and father and son and daughter and wife and all that, if you don't hate them you cannot love me. You cannot. You can't. It says one says you're not worthy of me, and it says you cannot be. Another scripture says you cannot be my disciple. So it's like, nah, I'm a disciple of the Most High. I'm a son of the Most High. I'm on the Almighty side. He says it's not that my ear is too heavy that I cannot hear, and my arm is too short that it cannot reach. It says, but your iniquity hath separated from me. So if I ever had to cut ties with my sons or my daughters or my mom and whatnot, my iniquity, I go to my mom's and I visit her and say hi and whatnot out of respect, honor your mother and father, but we'll never be this close because she a sinner. She a sinner. We'll never be close. When push comes to shove and persecution pops off, I'm coming with the people of the Most High. Oh, you're going to take your mom with me? No, I ain't taking sinners in the camp. You know, we see what happened when sin's in the camp. The whole camp suffered for that. I'm not going to do that. I love my mom, but I'm not going to be unequally yoked because she shares the same DNA as me. It says, be not unequally yoked with unbelievers. It says, be not deceived. Even communications corrupt good manners. I'm not going to give her a chance to influence me or my children. If she wants to be a sinner, be a sinner. Do what you do. You had your life to live and you receive a sinner's reward, then so be it, right? But moving on. So we see that husband affected or influenced his wife, and because of that, now she's damned. And I use that in context. We can't let that happen. So let's get some examples. So with some examples of counsel, when you go, there's brothers and sisters out there. You should have a congregation, a church body, and you'll have brothers and sisters that can give you counsel on whether how to make money, finding jobs, fixing up your resume, finding a good mechanic, a question on doctrine, the Bible, marriage counseling. If you're going through depression, you get counseling. But some of these things, and it's going to be hard for me to write, but I'll try to write it. I'll just say it. The first thing is non-bias. Someone that's non-biased. Their bias will be limited. Meaning if someone came to me and asked me questions about marriage, I'm always going to stick with the word. Even if I don't like the wife or I don't like the husband because I think they're a douchebag. Say if the wife comes to me and the husband's a dirtbag. He's a trashy guy. I am always going to side with the scripture, and the scripture always deals with reconciliation. Whether it's an argument or whether your marriage is on the brink of collapsing or you're already separated, I'm always going to side with reconciliation. In my mind, I could be biased and I really don't want you to get with that dirtbag because he's a piece of trash. But the Bible talks about reconciliation, so I'm always going to side with the scripture and be unbiased in that area. If they're extremely biased, then they're not going to give you accurate. And even if they don't say that they're, I'm a little biased on this, at least they should give the disclaimer. That's with relationships or people. It could just be going to a dealership and whatnot. Then you don't have to worry about that. Another thing could be, this is the main thing I did. No, I'll say that one. When we give counseling, as well as we receive counseling, the counseling needs to give all information for a different perspective. That's the counseling we're supposed to give, because everyone's going to be in a position to counsel, whether it's their son or a coworker, and everyone should be and not have pride and ego to be in a position to receive counsel. Now, what counseling is, usually, it's just to give you all the information and look at from all perspective. So when you're with your boys and say he's with a girl, he catches his girl in a car with another dude and he wants to beat up the other dude, and you're like, bro, if you do that and the police come, they're going to get you from assault. Once you get from assault, now you have a record. You're going to go to jail, right? And yeah, you can bail out. But now they're going to take your guns away. Or if you do that and it gets on film on YouTube or Facebook, you could lose this good job you got going on. Because people lose jobs for what they post on TikTok and Facebook. It's been happening quite often, like a lot. mainly women too, because they be posting things and they lose. I'm talking about they do it on a Friday, they come Monday, 2 checks, right? So you're the other constant, like, man, this and this. Hey, talk some constant. Hey, I'm about to shoot this dude, bro. You're gonna be in jail for 25 to life if you play around with that. You know what I'm saying? You need to be the other side and give them all the information. I remember when I went to my mom and I was like, yeah, man, if I come, these people, they accept me in their group and I get on, I dish out a certain amount of money, but if I get people on, I get 50% of that money. And if they get people on, then I get 25%. And if they get people on, I get 10%. So I get money that trickles down. And this is how I can make a good money. And my mom shut that down and I was mad at my mom. It was the way she shut that down. Now, when I was young, I didn't know something called a Ponzi scheme, right? Or a pyramid scheme. We'll say a pyramid scheme, right? That's a pyramid scheme. You know, you got to get someone on and you get someone that gets it wrong. It's a little pyramid scheme. And I didn't know nothing about it. And she shot it down so harsh. It was like, almost like you do. It almost went like she didn't believe in me, but I get why she did it. Because it's like, no, leave that alone. This and this, that's a waste of time. And I didn't know what a Ponzi scheme. And she was telling the truth. She just should have worded it to where it didn't like hit me like I'm incapable of doing something great, if that makes sense, right? But I needed that because I would have made mistakes and invested time and energy and money in something that was not. Only like the top 1% ever succeeds on the Ponzi scheme. It's typically like the first 15 people that started the Ponzi scheme, right? So those are those situations, you know, look, she's giving me all information from all perspective because in my mind, I said, I can make this much amount of money. I got the horse blind on. I can make this much amount of money. You're like, bro, that's a Ponzi scheme. See, look how much time it's going to take you to do this. Say if it takes you this long, and what if those other people never make money? So you're investing time and calling people and ruining relationships because some people, they get hyped up on the Ponzi scheme and they're calling all their friends and now you're being distasteful for your friends because like, bro, he's always he never want to hang out. Every time we hang out, he's trying to get me to jump onto this little Herbalife or whatever, right? And then so you go burn through your friends, you burn through your family, then you're trying to reach people on the job. And now people don't want to be around you. And you don't know because you're thinking, oh, I'm trying to make money and I'm trying to get them to make money and this. And they're looking like, bro, you are literally going to burn your relationships with all these people. And then if this Ponzi scheme doesn't succeed, then it's going to make you look even worse amongst your whole peers, right? And so when we give counsel, it's to give them all perspectives. Even if the perspective is not favorable toward what we want to do. I had a gentleman the other day, I'm going to deal with these examples. He wanted to go fight for, I'm not going to tell you too much. And I was like, bro, you got a kid on the way. You literally got a kid on the way that's going to be born in 6 months and you want to go fight? You sure that's the best thing? And other people on the job say, yeah, you know, because they had experience in the military. Yeah, this, that, and that. They start sending them things on combat training and all this stuff. And I'm the only one giving them a different perspective. They're all pushing them. See, because they're not going to take care of his wife or that kid. They're not going to be the father role model if he dies and that kid is born with no father. And when he rebels or he's on drugs 15, 20 years from now from peer pressure because his dad died in the war. They're not going to be there for that. Those same people, oh, yeah, that'd be cool. Did my time in the service. They're not going to be there for that. When he starts gang banging or when he gets his heart broken or when he falls into depression or whatever, right? 15, 20 years or 21 years from now because his father was never in his life because his father died when I was 2 years old, right? They're not going to, where are those kids? They're not even going to know that kid. They'll pass by that kid and not even know, oh, that's the kid of that guy that I try to convince him to go, right? And so it's like, I'm giving them both perspectives of it. And I'm saying, hey, of course you're going to choose, you're a grown man, you're going to choose what you want to do, but you have a kid on the way. And once you decide to have a kid, I told him, because I picked up a piece of trash and went by a trash can, and I was like, these are your wants. You want to excite and jump out of an airplane and do this and fight and throw grenades. And you want to, because this job we do is mundane. It kind of sucks. Test and balance. I do test and balance right now. It sucks. But anyways, I was like, these are your hopes and dreams. And I threw it in the trash can. And I said, once you have your wants, throw those away once you have a kid. Because now all your decisions need to be based off of what is beneficial for your family. Yes, there's things I want, and if I earned enough money, I could go to certain places and do certain things, and I could get some of my wants. But my wants will never supersede the need for my children and for my family, right? And so I gave him some good counseling, and he probably wasn't feeling it, but you cannot say that I didn't try. You know what I'm saying? So let's go with the finished product. I seen this actually when I was looking up news. There's a group of people, of women, and I'm going to deal with some man stuff too. Man, let me figure this out. I'm going to try it. I'm going to just try a little bit. Does that spell finish? I spelled that backwards, by the way. My camera's inverted, but I'm going to just put P. So I am learning how to write backwards today. So get ready for sloppiness. All right. So there's a group of women that says, hey, why would I help a man? And it sounds legit. They say, why would I help a man when he's down? Why won't I just date a man that's already standing? Why would I'm done with dating a man with potential. I want someone that's already succeeded. And the logic sounds legit. Why would I help a man when he's down? He's already standing. He's a finished product. But on the course of things, and I'm going to give you with the last principle of counseling, on the course of things, it doesn't make sense, because if you're going to meet me in FL for the finish line, if you're going to meet me here, then why do I even need you? At this point, you are degraded to just sex and children, because you came and met me at the finish line. But if you meet me here where I'm just in college, I got 4 more years of college, or I'm just starting this business out of my garage, or I'm learning how to trade, or I'm getting into the apprenticeship. You met me here, and you were here when I was struggling. S. Yeah, there we go. That's an S. You were here when I was struggling. You were here for my ups and some of my downs. You know, take a step up, some downs, some ups and downs. You were there when I was broke. You were there when I didn't have the shiny car. And when we do get to the finish line, and hopefully he's not a garbage man that sometimes when they do get to there, they leave the one that helped them get there and they go find a younger woman. I hope majority of the time, I don't think it's like that, but there are some garbage men that do that. In like manner, there's women that once they get a gastric bypass or they lose a little weight, they divorce their husband because more guys are giving them eyes and they have more options. They were fat and he was fat and she lost 100 pounds and he's still fat because she got the gastric bypass and now she has better options. She immediately ditches them. So it goes both ways, right? But for the most part, when he gets there, he has the utmost respect because you did it like the Bible. I need a helpmate. I don't need you if I'm at the finish line. I already went. The hardest part was college, helping me study, those long nights studying at 2 a.m., starting that business. And sometimes the business do good, sometimes the business, working on advertising, expanding the business. All the hard part I did on my own, and you just come at the finish line. You just want finished product. And how do you value me if you put no work into it? Why do you have your kids work for their car or work for their phone or work for that? Because you know they valued it. So if a woman comes to you at the finish line, does she truly value you? She put zero effort and just came and good job and gave you water after you're done running this race. Oh, good job. We did it. We didn't do nothing. Versus this. And this is that logic. What would throw a lot of men and women off is sometimes you are getting counsel from YouTubers and TikTokers. And that counsel does not work. It sounds good. And at face value, it looks good, but it doesn't. So this brings up my main principle for counseling. Can the whole world do it? And it will make the world better. Another example. When I say you need to not have sex before marriage, right? Oh, we'll wait on that one. So let's use this example. If the whole world, if all the women on the world just wait for these people to have a finished product, then that will make relationships transactional. It wouldn't even be for a commitment or I need a leader. or I want guidance. I want a protector. I want a provider. I want a good husband. I want someone to cherish me and be there for me. It wouldn't be that way. Your first thing will be like, how successful is he? Because you're coming at the finish line. You're coming at the finish line. You just want finished product. There is a woman that, a girl, as you can look this up, a lady, the boy was in college. He didn't get picked for the draft for basketball. She left him. The following year, he got picked for professional basketball the following year. But she was there, but once she realized that he wasn't going pro, she immediately left him. Like, immediate left him. Within the week, when he didn't get picked for the draft, she left him. The next year, he got picked back up. He got picked up for professional. And that's the thing. They want something for nothing. When you see that, they want something for nothing. And it doesn't work that way. And if every woman did that, will it make society better or worse? It will make society worse. So is this proper counsel? No, it's not. No, it's not, right? Another example, something I've seen. Yesterday, a woman said, y'all men out there be handsome, but you guys be like 5'7". This is what she said. Y'all men out there are handsome, but you guys be like 5'7". And so I comment, y'all women out there would be married, but you only want 6 foot tall man, so you're not. And then she questioned marks. You could tell she got upset. It's like, you guys would be married, but because you're caught up with the hype, and that's why you're single. And 75% of you will die alone. And this is statistically proven, right? So let's deal with this. Oh, I need 6 foot. I want to feel masculine and feel protected. And when they're taller, I get it. Yeah. And I'm not even knocking that. All right, they look taller. Good. All right. You guys, this society, I didn't have this problem. It wasn't such a big thing like 10 years ago. It's kind of like the BBLs. Hebrews always like big butts. We cannot lie. This is why you can always trust a man that like a big butt, because they cannot lie, right? We've always liked this. From the beginning of time. This has only become a trend from Kadashi, right? So this has only been the trend, but Hebrew men have always liked big women, big butts, right? So this height thing has got out of control. Yes, all women have had that preference, but it wasn't so emphasized. Like, it's like the new BBL, the height, 6 foot man, and women getting these BBLs to where they're risking their life and infection for a BBL. It was never this bad. Yes, we like big butts, but it's not like, oh, everyone go to Brazil and die and can't sit on the airplane. This is getting out of control. The height thing and the BBL is just getting out of control, right? Let's keep going, right? So, why do you say, why? Wow. It's better than my natural handwriting. All right, so 8%, right? Let's see how this logic works. 8% of men in the United States is 6 foot or above. Only 8%. So some of these women, my man's got to be. So we already dealt with 75 of you guys will be single and die alone. Only 1 of 4 will ever be married. 50% of that 25% will, in the first 5 years, will be divorced. So really only 15%, and that's not saying the other half of that 25%, some of them will get divorced in year 10 or 20 or 30 or 40, right? But let's just say 15% will survive. So you have an 85% chance that you women will die alone. So now you're shrinking this, you're getting rid of 92%. 92% backwards. I don't have my marker. All right, there we go. I got it better. All right. 92. No, that's not right. Anyways, I'm just going to do it regular because. Is that 92%? I think so. Oh, that's 29%. All right, but. All right, 92%. There you go. I don't want to waste too much time. So you are canceling out 92% of all the men. And you already only have 1 in 4 chance to get married. But you're just going to cancel out 92% because they're not 6 feet tall. So then out of that 8%, some of them are gay. Some of them are in prison. Some of them are dirtbags, Pookie and Ray Rays, not husband material. Some of them are already married. So let's just say that in and of itself, you're down to like maybe 4%. Out of those 6-foot+ tall guys, 4% are actually marriage material. And you guys will die with that. So, in these influences, no, this, and this, you got to get you a tall guy, or I finally got me a 6-foot guy. You guys keep saying this and pushing this agenda, but you're really hurting the majority of the women. You're hurting them because now you've had them buy into this thing to the point to where they're going to die alone. And you men pushing the BBL so much, and we don't really push it that much, but you guys are getting BBLs and dying from this stuff. And yeah, I get it. Kardashian pushed the big butts and all this stuff, and I don't know why they copying us. There's reasons why other nationalities you should just get someone with a smaller frame. I'll just say that. But besides that, look at what that does. They are influencing, giving people counsel and saying, oh, this is what this, and I need to do this, and you're going to pass up good guys. 5'7", 5'5", 5'10", 5'11", 5 whatever, right? You're going to pass up these good guys, and then you're going to die alone. Because when you get old, it's kind of like the guys in the gym. When I'm young, I've got my pre-workout on, got my hoodie on, I got my music, I'm coming in the gym, I'm about to smash it. And right when I turn that corner to use the bathroom or whatnot, then you see this old guy all naked. You're like, they just killed your high. I mean, I won't use that phrase anymore. It just takes the wind out of your sail. You know, you're losing my pump, right? So it takes the wind out of your sail because it's like, dude, I'm pumped up. I'm not trying to see. But when they get super old, they just stop caring, dude. They're 80 years old. They just be walking the gym all naked, towel on their shoulder, just like, dude, I don't even care, right? And that's how it's going to be, you women out there. When you just want someone to be in the bed with you and a companion and to grow old with, you're not going to care when you're 80. It doesn't care. You're not going to care about his height. I just got something by my side that's not a cat. I just want someone that I could talk to and wake up in the morning and drink coffee with. I am 75 years old. I do not care that he's 5'7". And you guys don't think about that. You guys think about that when you're young. And like me, I hope I don't get to the point where I'm 80 years old and I just walk in the gym fully naked and just be chilling. I hope I don't get to that point, right? But when you think about it, what is more important? Someone to grow old with or the height? Because you're passing up good candidates simply because of this height thing. Right? This is why you need to seek good counseling. Once again, if the whole world only went after the 8-foot people tall, mathematically it would not work. And it will make a lot of women die alone. So will that build society or destroy society? It will decrease. It will ruin society, right? So then does this logic, does this counsel make sense? Because you're only 8% and women outnumber men. So then only 8% of women could get them. And that's if they're not in jail, they're not gay, and they're not already married, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that don't make sense. So why push an agenda or give counsel or give influence for something that's not even practical that most people can't even do? Let's go with here. The men. Let's see if I can make a little cow. Right, let's make a little cow, right? Moo, right? There we go. All right, so they say you gotta try the cow. Let's see. This is all backwards, by the way. Did I spell it right? Try the cow before you buy it. Because a man will come and like, they'll go to the younger man, dude, you got to be with her, live with her for like 6 months or a year, actually live in the same house, pretty much fornicate. That way you know she's marriage material and whatnot. Marriage material has nothing to do with having sex with her. Zero. Because you having sex has nothing to do if she's a good mother. Sex has nothing to do if she's a nurturing. Sex has nothing to do if she'll make a good wife, if she's clean, if she's financially competent. There are women out there. I've seen a video, YouTube video, where they were saving up to buy a house, and she spent $30,000 on a burqa bag and some clothes. out of their joint account to get a Birkin bag, some Louis Vuitton stuff, and some expensive makeup. $30,000. So he's heated. His wife is like, we were saving up to buy a house, and you do that. So once again, sex has nothing to do with the brain, with the mind. A big butt, big boobs, all that pretty face does not make a good mother, does not make a good wife. It makes good for alimony and child support, but it does not make a good mother or a good wife. And so the whole try the cow before you buy it, no, you should see what she's about. You don't have to be in fornication. And so when these men tell other women, oh, you got to try the cow and whatnot, that is the purpose of courting or dating. To see, oh, what you're about. Go visit her house. Does her car have straight five-week-old French fries in her car? You know what I'm saying? Is her house trash? Is she timely? How's her credit? Did she pay her bills? Did she straight have $20,000 credit card debt? Like, that may not be the person you want to marry. It doesn't matter how good she looks. Do not procreate with her and do not marry her, right? She's in that. How did you get that much in debt if it's not medical bills or college loans or something, right? How'd you, oh, well, you know, I got this and I thought I could pay this and then I lost my job and then I got another credit card because this credit card was maxed up and I bought this big screen TV and this and then Christmas was coming up and I had to get something for my parents, right? We don't celebrate Christmas, but I'm just saying, you see that all her credit card debt is for stupid stuff or him, vice versa, right? Hey, right? So let's get the screenshots going. All right. The effect, this is sex before marriage for all those people that say you need to try the cow before you buy it. The effect size in both large and stable across models. Those with premarital sexual partners have more than twice the odds of divorce as do those without. So when you have sex before marriage, you are twice as likely to get a divorce than the ones that waited to marriage. Once again, like I always tell you guys, how much time we got? All right, you got the cake, right? You got the cake. Let's make it nice and pretty before we head out. This is the last point. All right, you got a little cake going on, right? So when you're dating 6 months, it should only take 6 months if you realize if this is a good husband, he's a leader, it's a good wife, she's nurturing and whatnot. You know, you'll get in some of your arguments, and guess what? You don't have makeup sex, right? You know, sex isn't to try to, let's just have sex and forget it never happened. You don't know. You got to like resolve that stuff while you're dating. Seeing about their financial, seeing their ideology, if they're disciplined on serve the Almighty, their money, their family, their nurturing. You'll figure all this stuff out. And sex ain't even in the picture. So do I truly like this one, or is I'm letting the oxytocin or the emotions rule? Am I covering this relationship because we have good intimacy? You know what I'm saying? No. You are figuring out if you like this person or eventually love this person without sex being in the middle. So then once you get married, you have the icing on the cake, dude. You put the icing, the intimacy is the icing on the cake. Now you have an extra weapon to secure that marriage. You guys have made, because you guys do one night stands or everything, this is your guys' stuff. That's it. Just the whole cake is sex. Oh, we met after the third date, we start having sex, and every time we go on dates, we end up having sex, and I'm feeling her vibe, and blah, 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 right? You guys do all that, and most of you guys don't even make it a marriage. Because he already tried the cow, and we get in a couple of arguments, we done. I've already been having sex for you for 6, I kind of want to see someone else anyways. I've been having sex for you for 2 years already. No commitment, no marriage, no nothing. We get in a couple of arguments, I'm done. I'll go try another cow, right? And then another cow, right? And then another cow, right? And this is why, if the whole world does it this way, we get these results. But if the whole world does it this way, it will make marriages last and be better. And it's already proven through statistics. that the divorce rate will be cut in half because you're twice as likely to get a divorce if you have sex prior to marriage. So when we give counsel, we could give something that could say, you know what, if the whole world does this, how much would that be better? If the whole world stops having sex before marriage, would the whole world be better or worse? There'll be more marriages, more long-lasting marriages, less STDs, less baby mamas, less single-parent mothers, less child support situations with I hate my baby daddy and all that stuff, single mother stuff. There'll be less of that. So the counseling we give according to the word stands because every person on this planet could apply it and it will only make the world better. You saying try the cow before you, that just spreads STDs. That just spreads single parents. That's all that does, try the cow before you buy it. That's all that does, right? So, be careful who you get your counsel from. Hopefully, you people in the body have brothers and sisters that can give you some godly counsel. Make sure it's unbiased. Make sure the majority of the counsel could be counsel that the whole world could apply. Because if it's just the nonsense on YouTube and TikTok, you're going to be in a world of hurt. You females, you ladies, or you sisters that are serving the Almighty and watch YouTube and TikTok and whatnot, some of the things you say sounds exactly like you got that off of some sinner influencer, some sinner TikToker, or some sinner YouTuber, and you ran with it. And yes, there could be stuff true. Like there is some people I don't like, but some of the stuff they say is true. Truth is truth. But you need to be able to filter that stuff out. So, with all that said being done, let me read some of the comments and then we'll go. All right, funny part. All right, cool. That's all. She just said wow or something. With all that said being done, keep standing. Don't drop standards. Give the Almighty a hand clap. Shalom.